Come, let us try this Iron Age timing method and transform our meditation. Together, let us relaxingly recite Bengali, crease counting, and energy work. In these days of technological terrors, we can easily time our meditation using a stopwatch app on our smartphones. In days of yore, however, one might time one's meditation session by burning 1, 2, or 3 sticks of incense, one after the other. This method of crease counting, however, was inspired by the techniques practiced by many Bengalis. Those of us living in countries enduring a rise of fascism know that although cranky officials in polyester could confiscate, smartphones, mullahs, and rosaries alike will almost always have our hands. And by extension, this means practicing crease counting. Those of us who have endured disabilities, numerous and lifelong, are often drawn to the energy work of Taoism as well as Tantric Buddhism. Although we could influence our bodies, channels, winds, and drops, or Nadi, Prana, and Bindu in Sanskrit, through visualization or invocation. The easiest and most therapeutic method is to use the finger gestures, or mudra, that are part and parcel of this practice of Bengali crease counting, consisting of the first pillar, inhalations or repetitions, the second pillar, sets, and the third pillar, collections. Beginning with the first pillar, over the span of 12 inhalations, we could touch the tip of our right thumb to the lowest, middling, and uppermost sets of creases upon its little finger. It could then count likewise upon its ring, middle, and then index fingers. Continuing with the second pillar, we could count sets of 12 inhalations each, this time with our left thumb. To count 4 sets, we could touch the tip of our left thumb to the lower set of creases upon the little, ring, middle, and index fingers of our left hand. Yes, to count 8 sets, we could touch both the lowest and middling sets of creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. And even count 12 sets by touching the lowest, middling, and uppermost sets of the creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. But typically, we'll only count the 8 sets of 12 inhalations each. Finishing with the third pillar, we could count 4 collections. Finishing with the third pillar, we could gather 5 collections of 4, 8, or 12 sets of 12 inhalations each, in a manner that gently, therapeutically, and sustainably influences our channels, winds, and drops. Upon the tip of our left little finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the bladder region of our lower abdomen. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the heart region of our chest. Upon the tips of our left fingers, upon the tips of each of our left fingers, we could rest the great knuckles at the base of our right fingers, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the throat region of our neck. Upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the crown region of our head. Although these actions might not bestow on us the miraculous powers of a Tolkien fever dream, they could assist our body's practice of the Buddha's mindfulness and meditation. Having completed this evening's first of two lessons, we can now turn our attention to the second. I live in the United States of America, also known by some as the United Corporations of America. And America, the USA, like many other countries, is experiencing the turmoil that comes when a certain fraction of its populace reaches for fascism. This is not unique to the United States. This is happening in several countries around the world. This can be frightening. Many people find solace in the synopsis of the 20 lessons of Timothy Snyder's On Tyranny. This evening, together let us recite the fifth synopsis. Or I should say the synopsis of the fifth chapter. There we go. It's titled, Remember Professional Ethics. Together let us relaxingly recite. When political leaders set a negative example, professional commitments to just practice become more important. It is hard to subvert a rule of law state without lawyers, or to hold show trials without judges. Authoritarians need obedient civil servants, and concentration camp directors seek businessmen interested in cheap labor. So if we're a civil servant, if we are an attorney, if we are a judge, if we are a business person, may our integrity be impeccable. Having completed the 2 opening lessons, it's time for us to shift gears. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi Wednesday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I can become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made, oopsie, wrong button, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. This evening, let us play with the very latest iteration of Green Heroin Mantra Meditation. This is dedicated to my pal Kai across the pond. We're going to the first fifth of this evening's practice could be described as wisdom's warm-up. Please chant with me. Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies with the follies of active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these wise words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors or statements literal, and instead relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. As we practice this creation stage of highest yoga tantra, wherein we wisely leap over pride's obstructions to omniscience, we bring the circumstantial into the path of wisdom, thus practicing the first fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Please chant with me. May we see how all circumstances or laws could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this body or form. Over the next 4 breaths, let us divide the 6-syllable synopsis of that which we just chanted between our inhalation and our exhalation. Together. May we feel how all bodies or forms could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this communication or speech. May we hear how all interpersonal communication or speech could be as impermanent and interdependent as if it could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this mind. Together. May we feel how all lucid perceiving, emoting, intending, thinking, and thinking, recalling, and imagining minds could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into our vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although tantalizing to the eye could be not graspable to the hand. Welcome to the first fifth of this evening's group meditation. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting or philosophy, do not hesitate. Chanting, meditation, or philosophy. Do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. I check for questions approximately once every 8 minutes. Upon the tip of our left little finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger, palms up in our lap. Despite the minions of patriarchy who rejoice in the elitist lie that we must master the full lotus posture, the most ancient Buddhist statuary depicts Gautama not as sitting in the full lotus posture, but in a position that some would describe as the quarter lotus posture, wherein one lower leg rests comfortably upon another, like the two pieces of bread forming a sandwich. Now, ask any orthopedic surgeon, they will tell you, our knees are only hinge joints. We must not try to quote-unquote stretch them. It is our hips that are ball joints, and the key to mastering this pose. The first time you try this pose, it could be ungainly and asymmetric. That's fine. Give yourself permission to surrender to not only imperfection, but impermanence. Play with this exercise, with this pose at least 5 minutes once every 12 hours, and within a week or two, your body could surprise you in its recollection of range emotions from decades gone by. Let us take a moment to review the mechanics of mindfulness as well as meditation. Every time we inhale, thanks to the sympathetic nervous system ensconced within the middle third of our spinal cord, we are wired to notice in a very special way. We are wired to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly. The easiest way for this to happen, for us to cooperate with this process, is for us to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this each time we feel air enter our nostrils. Then let's explore meditation. Every time we exhale, thanks to the parasympathetic nervous system divided between the lower third and the upper third of that same spinal cord, we are wired to physically relax. and mentally release to such a degree that that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, and even less defining. The easiest way to cooperate with this process is for us to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease each time we feel air exit our nostrils. Together, let us practice as a team right now. The remaining 4/5 of this evening's group practice could be described as compassion's cool down. Together let us chant an explanation of the 10-syllable mantra. Amasha, Om Amasha Tara, the swift and courageous, you drive away all fears with tutality. Heroine fulfilling all ends with today, with a syllable, so how may all be as beneficial as you. Let us keep track of our second collection of 8 sets of 12 inhalations in the following manner. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger, palms up in our lap. Please chant with me. May all minds of... So what follows, forgive me for interrupting myself, by practicing this creation stage of highest yoga tantra, or lovingly leaping over jealousy's obscuring emotions, we bring the mental into the path of love, thus training in the second fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. This might look like a prayer to a real or imagined celestial entity, but it is not. We are simply using words to guide our own intention in a distinctly empathetic direction. Together. May all minds of all beings know possess the joyful enlightenment, symbolized by a one-syllable seed or bija mantra. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the 6-syllable synopsis of our empathetic wish. During our exhalation, we could physically relax as best we can while striving to chant 4 repetitions of this 10-syllable mantra. Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha. Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha. So our job is not to actively concentrate. Our job is not to actively visualize. For we are traversing Yin's path of spiritual matriarchy. And so we practice it passively. We silently and mentally recite our wish as we breathe in. We relax as best we can as we breathe out. And that is the highest magic. And of course, when I say highest magic, I don't really mean like in the Cheech and Chong sort of a way. Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha. Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha, Om tare tu tare tu re soha. You can tell if your teacher is into patriarchy when he or she tries to make things difficult for you. You can tell when your teacher's into matriarchy when they try to make things easy for you. The very famous statue at Kamakura, Japan, illustrates that as we inhale, we are wired to generate a vertical traction between our tush that we're sitting on and the back of our head. This causes our face to gently point downwards towards a place on the floor or the ground about 1 or 2 meters before us. Doing so opens our scapula or shoulder blades, thus decompressing the lung meridians. Every time we breathe in, thanks to our sympathetic nervous system, we are wired to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Every time we exhale, thanks to our parasympathetic nervous system, we are wired to relax and release to such a degree that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although could be tantalizing to the eye, is non-graspable to the hand. Welcome to the fifth of this evening's group meditation. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap. Let us bring the interpersonal into the path of love, thus training in the third fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. What follows is not a prayer to a real or imagined celestial entity. We are simply using these words to guide our intention in a loving direction. Together, let's chant. May each being's experience of interpersonal communication or speech now possess the peaceful love symbolized by a horizontal multisyllabic mantra mala. Mala is Sanskrit for rosary or necklace. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the six-syllable synopsis of our loving wish. During our exhalation, we could physically relax as best we can while striving to chant this 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. Remember, no, our job is not to concentrate or to visualize, to merely intend and relax. Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. Every time we inhale, thanks to our sympathetic nervous system, we have evolved to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice all manner of phenomena, from the external to the internal, from the physical to the mental, from the pleasurable to the painful, from the interesting to the boring, from the glorious to the grotesque. Every time we exhale, thanks to our parasympathetic nervous system, we are wired to so physically relax and release that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel at least a trifle less stressful, less permanent, and even less defining. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, or Buddhist meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. I check for questions approximately once every 8 minutes or so.
Why, thank you, my friend. How very kind of you to say. To you I send a Yoda High 3. We come now to the fourth collection of 8 sets of 12 inhalations. Quick review, if you've just tuned in. Upon our right hand, we count 12 inhalations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Upon our left hand, we count 8 sets of 12 inhalations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the $64,000 question is, how do we keep track of our fourth collection of 8 sets of 12 inhalations? Thusly. Upon the tips of each of our left fingers, this is a kind of a tongue twister. We could rest the great knuckles at the base of each of our right fingers, palms up in our lap. Excuse me. We now bring the physical into the path of love, thus training in the fourth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path.
The chant that follows is not a prayer to real or imagined celestial entities, but rather simply a tool that helps us to guide our intention in a loving direction. Together. May all bodies or forms of all beings know possess great health. Symbolized by the enlightened archetype Oya Dumdrol Shamatara or Green Heroine. So these three names are the same name in different languages: Tibetan, Sanskrit, English. I live in the United States of America, where a powerful faction is trying to transform us into a fascist state. And they are attacking various public services, including the health department. There's been not only the defunding of many science organizations, but there's been an uptick in infectious diseases and childhood deaths in just the since January. So yes, let us wish that all children and adults in this continent and all continents receive the best of health and everything that supports health. During our inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite a 6-syllable synopsis of our loving wish. During our exhalation, all we got to do is physically relax as best we can while striving to chant this 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. It's not our job to concentrate. It's not our job to visualize. Our job is easy. We read, we recite, we relax. Together. Om Tare Dudane Dure Sowa, 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 Om Tare Dudane Dure Sowa. Om Tare Dudane Dure Sowa, 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 Om Tare Dudane Dure Sowa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever confusion we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as if it was melting into all-pervading wisdom. we come to this evening's final fifth. Upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. We are going to bring the circumstantial into the path of love, thus train in the fifth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Please chant with me. May all circumstances, all lots of all beings no possess very good fortune or boon, symbolized by the mythic paradise, spirit land or vati of a Buddha. During our inhalation, we can silently and mentally recite the six-syllable synopsis of that which we just chanted. During our exhalation, we can physically relax as best we can while striving to chant 4 repetitions of this 10-syllable mantra per breath for a total of 4 breaths. So what we're being asked to do is read, recite, and relax. There are multiple genocides occurring simultaneously on this planet. It would be very nice if all beings everywhere were safe from such atrocities. Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, 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 Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. No. The question is not, are we working magic? The question is, are we exercising our empathy? Are we wishing that others receive the safety that we would want for ourselves? Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha, 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 Om Tare Tu Tare Dure Soha. The magic of Buddha's Tantra is not the magic of manifesting specifically what we want, or the ability to protect us from what we dread. The magic, the so-called magic of Buddha's Tantra, is to use our innate dreads and desires to increase spontaneously and effortlessly increase our compassion and love and mindfulness and wisdom of letting go. Each time we feel air enter our nostrils, we could silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this. Every time we feel air exit our nostrils, we could silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever shame or fame we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as if it was melting into the simplicity of just the mental. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 11 and 2/3 hours, I would very much like to return to the tomorrow's morning meditation class as well as group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.